My name is Kyle Lutz, and this is my research project for EDU 643 entitled A Study in Reading Comprehension and ACT Scores. The purpose of this study is to determine if 30 minutes of focused, close reading every day can enhance reading comprehension and positively affect ACT composite scores. A quote that really got me thinking about this in a new way came from Francine Prose, and she said, "The more we read, the faster we can perform that magic trick of seeing how the letters have been combined into words that have meaning. The more we read, the more we comprehend, the more likely we are to discover new ways to read, each one tailored to the reason why we are reading a book." I have three variables that must be defined here. The first is focused close reading, which is defined as a thoughtful, disciplined reading of a text. The next is reading comprehension, which is defined as the ability to fully understand and utilize what one reads. And the last is the ACT composite score, which is the average of the four sub-scores rounded to the nearest whole. My research question that helped me to validate that I had a workable way to proceed with my investigation is as follows. Will 30 minutes of focused, close reading every day enhance reading comprehension and positively affect ACT composite scores for my high school juniors? The intervention that I will use in my classroom next year to improve the situation I have described for you is as follows. Every single day, my students will be engaged in a focused, close reading for at least 30 minutes. I will work this into my lesson plans by reducing the number of lectures and PowerPoints, and instead create articles for the students to investigate the information for themselves. I will support the reading with a selection of questions and cues which will help guide my students to the information that must be mastered throughout the duration of the lesson. I believe that the most important negotiations that I will be involved in will be with my students. I will want them to know that my goal is to increase their average ACT composite score across the 11th grade as a whole by at least 1.5 points, which is a significant gain. I will be honest with them about how much work it's going to take, as well as about the potential benefits of their hard work if we complete the program with fidelity. I have three important data sources to describe for you. Most importantly, I have access to their Brigance reading test scores that they took at the culmination of their sophomore year in high school. If I use this same test at defined intervals throughout the year, I can create a test-retest correlation to determine whether or not the program is having a positive effect. Another important piece of data collection will be to compare their Discovery Ed test scores from their sophomore year with their ACT practice scores as we move throughout the year. I will give 4 of these ACT practice tests at certain intervals throughout the year, and in this way, I can track their progress. Finally, I will be able to compare the ACT composite score average of this year's junior class with the ACT composite score average of last year's junior class to see if we have made significant gains and reached our goal of increasing the average by 1.5 points.